Hello, everyone. I want to share with you my favorite way to incorporate technology with literacy in my classroom. It's called Epic. Epic is an app with instant, unlimited access to thousands of high quality books, learning videos, quizzes, and more. Teachers can create student profiles and track students' reading progress. Epic can be accessed on any device: laptops, Chromebooks, iPads, phones. This app was created by these two entrepreneurs who are also parents, and it was born out of a single question: how do we make books more accessible to kids? They kept seeing kids with phones and iPods, and they were playing games and taking these things with them everywhere. And they were thinking, why can't books be on there? Audiobooks, books that they can read. So a little bit similar to something like a Kindle, but this app has learning videos and just a bunch of cool stuff that I'm going to show you here in just a minute. It's only $7.99 a month for parents, but it's 100% free for all verified educators. So whenever you sign up for this app, you just have to verify which school you're working in. You can be a librarian, a teacher, just anybody that works in a school. My students love Epic, and this app is an excellent way to incorporate technology into literacy in your classroom. I use it in my literacy workstations. It fits nicely with the balanced literacy model that we follow in my district. And so listening to reading is a big part of my first graders being able to become good readers. And so we talk about that a lot. Listening to reading and following along through this app is really going to help them become better readers. So I want to show you, this is just kind of the page that you'll find if you just Google Epic or Epic Reading. It just kind of goes over all the things that I just shared with you, but I'm going to show you my actual teacher dashboard so that you can kind of see what you'll be in for if you sign up for this app for your classroom, which it's awesome, and I hope that you all do. This is my teacher dashboard. You can add students to your roster very easily. There's a class code, so you can send a letter home to parents just using this little part down here. You can print off letters, and it has that class code, so kids can access their library that they read from at school. They can access it at home from, mom's phone or iPad or from their desktop computer, which is really cool. There's also a place where you can email parents if that's the way that you communicate with your parents. So I'm going to click on the little binoculars. It says Explore. So this is kind of more like what the kids see when they log into their little profile. There's different collections. There's all of these award-winning books. I mean, Eric Carle. There's not just, books nobody's heard of. There's some really great titles in here. And when I first introduced this to my students, I show them that the little green button says read to me. So these are books that will be read to the students. So it'll go page by page and it'll read through to them. There's lots of those. The ones that don't have read to me are just ones that they can read on their own, kind of like if you were reading your book on your iPad or your Kindle, they just flip through the pages and read on their own. So there are lots of different categories, lots of different books. These books actually, which I think this is really cool, I assign books to kids depending on what we're working on in social studies or science. So we were working on magnets, so I assigned a couple of these books, and so the kids know that they just go to their little mailbox and they look for those books that I've assigned to them. There's the little green read to me that tells kids that that book will be read to them, and there's also the little purple button that says audiobook. So it'll just show a picture of the book, and then it'll read to the kids. So the read to me books kind of flip through the pages and read to them, but the audiobook, it's really just them listening to the story. So it's really handy if I actually have one of those books and they can read along, which doesn't always happen, but they still really enjoy listening to these books too. This is just a place where my class roster would be, and there's activities that I can assign, and I can check out my assignments and collections, and I can assign quizzes. So if I were to assign, a science book to my class over those magnets, I could assign a little quiz also. I think that if you choose to incorporate this app into your classroom, you will find amazing results. My kids love to go to my listening to read workstation in my classroom. Like I said before, this fits very nicely with the balanced literacy model, kids listening to reading and just learning to love books, and I hope you'll try it out. Thanks.